In the Zoom chat?
Yes.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
All right. So yeah, just go ahead and you can save that to your phone or however you like, whatever you want to do with that. But you guys can also just look up here on my screen right now. All right. So this is this is called the 10K, 15, 20K plus fast start PC. All right. And I know I mentioned what a PC was in training, but just to remind you guys, it's a personal coaching session, right? And as you guys know, our team is kind of large, so it's hard for me to kind of get a chance to meet with everybody. That's why I'm also meeting with you guys in a group as well. And you guys are basically like neck and neck right now for your fast start contest. So it just made sense. And I appreciate you guys being able to make some time for this today. And I'm not going to take too much of your time covering this, but I think I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but I believe both of you guys are over 4,000 in career cells, almost to 6,000, right? So you guys are off to a really great start for your fast start contest, all right? So we still have many days left ahead of us, all right? And I know, Rachel, you're going to be leaving to Florida next week, and that's going to be really awesome. So I think it would be super exciting, like leaving to Florida with a win, right? Knowing like I hit my goal and everything like that. So I just wanted to have this talk with you guys just to remind you guys like what's out there ahead of you guys, like what's in store for going for a big fast start in your first 10 days on the job, right? And I've seen all kinds of crazy finishes to this contest. Like I've seen people like way off track, and then they crushed their last weekend on the job and they hit their fast start goal of 10K or 15K or whatever the case may be. However, I've seen a lot of people get off to a really great start and not be able to bring it home. Right. So that's why I wanted to meet with you guys like in the middle of your fast start contest. So this way you still have a lot of time to impact these results. So let's just look at the benefits section first. All right. I just want to talk about all the perks of the fast start, going for a 10K fast start. And some of you guys have the opportunity to go for something a little bit bigger. But the first thing right here that you see on the benefits and the gains of it is 30% commission. All right. Getting dirty, hitting 30-30. Right. I want to see you guys get there ASAP. Right. But then also, like, let's say you hit 20K, right? Now you're at 35%. So now you enter bonus line and you start getting bonuses. So that's really exciting. Now, 30%, in my opinion, this is like where the job actually starts, right? So like, I love that you guys are having fun with what you're doing as well. Makes it 10 times easier, but like 30,000 10K, 30%. That's where the job truly starts. That's when you really start making some significant income. And your guys' paychecks this week's are going to be very exciting, like next week's paycheck as well. So so this is where the significant income is really going to start. All right. The second thing on here, you see earning $2,000 to $5,000 in income in 10 days. All right. So at 10K, you earn $2,000 in income. At 15K, you earn 3,500, and at 20K, you earn 5K. I mean, $2,000 in income your first week and a half on the job, that doesn't suck, right? So what could that do for you? Like, I want you guys to kind of like think about that. Like, if I had $2,000 right now, an extra $2,000, could that solve a lot of problems? Could that help out a little bit, right? So like, that would definitely be super positive. All right, here's another big one: earning that President's Club letter. All right, so as you guys know, it's $10,000 for the summer. Imagine just knocking that out right now for your first 10 days on the job. So now you're going to get a letter of recommendation from the CEO of the company, right? Like, that just looks really impressive. And that's something that's going to stick with you, not just for the summer, but forever, right? And you can always use that to help you get a leg up on the competition. All right. Also, you're going to get a letter of recommendation from me. All right. So imagine earning 2 letters of recommendation. Like, the president of the company is way impressive, but then also getting like a more detailed, personalized one, right? With the person that worked with you on the day-to-day basis, right? And trust me, I'm going to make it good. All right. And then also earning a key staff promotion. All right. So also, I wanted to let you guys know, I'm going to promote you guys to key staff right away. All right. So the requirements to get on the key staff is 2,000. Usually I don't promote people until after their fast start's done, but here's what I'm seeing in you guys. Like, I love that you guys are leading by example, right? Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but you guys are inspiring like the whole team a little bit, right? Like, I love when you guys share like, oh yeah, I did a demo, I booked 3, I did a demo, I scheduled another one, right? I sold a homemaker. Like, it seems like it's a homemaker competition now in the group chat, right? You notice like everyone's like selling homemakers all of a sudden, right? So I love it, right? So it's really motivating. So that's why I'm going to give you guys a key staff promotion, because I see you guys are doing the job the right way, and when you do it the right way, the results come. And then here's the next thing you guys can keep your eye on is a management candidacy, right? So being able to put yourself on that platform, becoming an assistant manager in my office, right? And you guys see at the team meeting, like, I'm looking for more assistant managers, but I only want to bring on the right people. I'm very picky on who I'm going to work with on like the day-to-day basis, right? So not just like for myself, but like just for our office results. Like, we're performing at a very high level. We're one of the top offices this year. So in order for us to continue to grow, we need to work with the best people. And that's where I focus all my time. I always focus on my assistant managers first, then I focus on my best people on my team, and then I get to everybody else, right? So I want to definitely like get you guys on that radar. Also, that way you guys can get on Evan Keller radar, our division manager, right? He's looking at like the leaders of our organization, and right now we're the number one office in the division. So everybody kind of looks at us, right, for like as the example, as guidance. So we just want to make sure we have the right people in the roles. All right. Here's just a cool thing to say. I hit 4 promotions my first 10 days on the job. Like, doesn't that just sound good? Right? Like, people are going to look at you, Rachel, and we're like, how? Michaela, they're going to like, how the heck did you do that? Like I've been working my same job for 2 years and only hit 1 promotion, right? So it looks really impressive on a resume, especially, let's just say you're in your dream job interview and they're looking at your resume. They're like, what? You hit 4 promotions your first week and a half on the job? Tell me more, right? And then now they're going to be actually like interested in you, right? Because interviewers, they have like their set questions that they're going to ask people no matter what. But what they're really looking for is something that pops, something that intrigues them to make them want to actually like get to know you, dig in more. And then now with your skills that you guys have been learning on, like how to share your goals and how to get people bought into you, that's where you're going to win them over. Right. This is why like our company has like some of like the best turnover rates for like people getting into like their goal companies, their goal jobs. So stacked resume, that's number 8. Right. So like after all that stuff, your resume is going to look stacked. All right. But what about this? The 9th one, winning all the Cutco prizes. You guys like Cutco? Yeah. So like, just so you guys know, so far, you guys have won a lot of Cutco, actually. I think you guys are like right there at like the master carving set, or like almost there, right? Then the slicer, the turning fork, the butcher knife, the petite chef, the spatula spreader, the cheese knife, and the pizza cutter. You guys have already won all that stuff. All right. Only a couple more prizes, right? Like, what's next is like, if you're not already at the master carving set, then you have the Fisherman Solution, then the K-bar knife. Dude, that thing is sick. Like, just so you guys know, your dads are going to be so jealous, like, instantly. They're going to be like, hey, Michaela, like, did you get that for me for Father's Day? Right? And you're going to be like, no, this is mine. You could buy one, though. Right? So I'm just kidding. You guys can do whatever you want with it, but it's going to be really awesome. All right? And then here's a real thing, guys, momentum. So you know how I talk about our train in our office? That train, what it symbolizes is momentum, right? It's really hard to stop a train. Right? Trains, they have to break miles and miles away. So right now, you guys are a train that is just going full force, right? Doesn't it feel like it's just like the harder you're working, the easier things are starting to get? Are you guys kind of starting to get that feeling sometimes, right? So when you hit 10K, do you think you're just going to want to stop there? No. So that momentum is going to carry over throughout the whole summer, right? So now you're going to get on track to 20K, then 30K. Right? Once you start getting to that $30,000 range, that's when we can start talking about winning a scholarship. All right. So winning the All-American scholarship for the summer is the summertime is the most competitive time to hit it, but it's also the most respectable time, right? Because all college students are doing nothing, right? They're all out of school for the most part, right? So they're all competing for the scholarship. So that's going to be based off of your career sales for the summer. All right. So 30,000 is usually where I start seeing people winning those. 40,000 will probably lock it in for you. And 50,000, you're going to definitely be like one of the top 5. All right. So I want you guys to start thinking about like some of those big goals. All right. And then also, this is something I haven't really talked about much because we've been in quarantine, but like the spot on my legacy wall. All right. So in our physical office, I have a whole wall of all my $10,000 fast starters. Right. So you guys are going to earn like that next spot on there. Right. And I'll talk about you forever. Even if you're not working with my company, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, Michaela, like this was her first job. Right. She sold 10,000. Now she's a blank. Right. And so on and so forth. So you'll always be like like enshrined in our office legacy, and you're going to be one of the $10,000 fast starters. All right. So you're kind of like insta famous. What's really cool is like I still have reps that are on that wall, and like people see them like, oh, I know that guy. Right. And they message them, and like they always like contact me like, dude, like a bunch of people are messaging me saying they saw me on your wall still. Right. So like it's cool. All right. Also, it's a massive personal growth opportunity. Just curious, do you guys feel like you've grown a little bit over the past week? Yeah. Right. So like you're growing in all sorts of ways, right? Maybe you weren't super tech savvy, so now you like know how to like use a Zoom account and share your screen. Right there, another skill for your resume. Right now, maybe you weren't the most comfortable talking on the phone or reading from a script. Now look at you guys, like it's easy, right? Like so now you're feeling like more confident with that. So now that's another skill that you just added on, right? Now you're just like, all right, now I know how to create my own business, right? Through recommendations or getting customers to share about you on social media. Right there, that's another skill for your resume. And you guys have only been here for like 5 days. Imagine working here for a whole summer. Like you guys are gonna be so solid after this. All right. And then getting on our division manager's radar. So it's really cool that I introduced you guys to Evan Keller. So you guys saw his responses. And don't worry if he like responds late. Like he's a busy guy. All right. But he will get back to you guys. But basically you want to make sure you're on his radar for the Leadership Academy. All right. So representatives in our office, on our team, they work hard all summer just to get the opportunity to interview for the Leadership Academy. But more so what I want you guys to think about is like put yourself in the position where you're like a slam dunk candidate, where it's like, oh, Evan would be dumb not to add me into his Leadership Academy, right? Like put yourself as like the top candidate. The other thing, number 14th, it says silence any haters that you might have. All right. So I know I did the job too. There's a handful of people who didn't get it. Right. They're like, what do you do? Is that even a real job? Get a real job, John. Right. Or like people are just like, what? You sell knives? Like that's lame. Right. And now I laugh at them like when they're like, dude, nice BMW. Like, how'd you get that red interior? Right. Like, how much that cost you? I'm like, oh, $0. What? How? I sell knives still. Right. It's pretty cool. So like you get to silence any haters, and only time people hate on stuff is when they don't understand. Right. And when they don't understand, it's okay. All right. Just go out and do your thing. Go crush it. Prove them wrong. All right. And then working part-time, but earning full-time income. So a lot of the reason why a lot of my students go big during the summertime is so this way when the fall starts, they're not so worried about a job, right? Because they have $10, $15, $20,000 saved, right? So imagine going back to school with that amount of income. It changes things, right? That's one less thing to worry about. And like I always tell you guys, money doesn't provide happiness, but it does provide freedom, right? So this way you're not stressed about like how you're going to pay a bill or buy books or pay for classes and all that stuff, or worried about having to take out another loan or credit cards. You're like, oh, I'm good, right? And then you can even start paying down your loans while they have zero interest or anything like that while you're in school, right? You can put yourself in a different position than the rest. And then number 16 is qualifying for the Las Vegas conference. We call this Conference of Champions. All right. So it takes 10K to actually get invited to this event. It's at the end of the summer. It's in September. But this is like our summer end banquet. So you know how I was going over all those trophies that you guys can win for the summertime? Those are given out in Vegas. Definitely don't want to miss that. But I'm confident you guys will be there with us. All right. And then a potential Olean candidate. So we have this trip every single year in November where the top candidates, all right, these are the top candidates, top manager candidates, get a chance to get flown out to New York, right? Go visit the factory, meet the CEOs, the presidents, And it's a really cool experience. Only the leaders get a chance to go. Like Evan can only pick a handful of people in our division. Right. And lucky for you guys, you're part of the top office, but like some offices are only able to pick like one person. I want to put our office in a position where we can bring multiple people. Like the better our office does, the more people we can bring. But you're going to still have to fight and earn that position, right? Because we have a lot of talented people on our team, right? So, but just making your case to get a chance to go to the Olean trip. All right. And here's the other thing, guys, the Fast Start record breaking opportunity. All right. So the Fast Start record right now in our office forever, my whole career, like me personally, is only at 12,000. I need somebody to break that. All right. That was set by Mari Silva in 2017. All right. So it's time. It's time for a new queen to be on the wall. All right. So I would love to see one of you guys. Right. But then also you guys, I think just by like having a nice size Fast Start, I think like the biggest Fast Start for the summer, they reset it every campaign. So we have spring, summer, fall. So they reset it. I think the biggest Fast Start in our division so far for this summer's only been like $5,000. So like some of you guys are probably going to break that already by this weekend. So you'll get some recognition for that. And you'll get like a little record breaker plaque at our division meeting. And then obviously you guys know VIP night. That's going to be awesome. Best meal of your life. You're going to get a chance to hang out with the DVM. And then at 15,000, it's not a $500 shopping spree anymore. I know it says that on there, but we're going to hook you up with a gourmet set. And between me and you guys, like we could probably work something out. All right. Like if you wanted like a shopping spree or something like that. And then the last benefit and the perk of going for 20K, you get the annual region trip. All right. It's going to be somewhere awesome in Mexico. All right. Somewhere awesome. Like this year we went to Puerto Vallarta. Last year we went to Cabo. The year before that went to Cancun. And we always change it up. So, that was a mouthful. I know that was like a lot of benefits. All right. And it's like kind of exciting. So that none of that matters. What matters is like doing the work that it's going to take to get there. All right. So now let's look on the other half where it says the to-dos, the hit list. All right. So this is just like a guide for you guys to kind of like know where you should be at or what you should be focusing on and some things you can do to help you just do a better demo, better performance. All right. So right here, the first thing is mission 100. All right. Mission 1 to 200. That is like, should be always your number one focus, right? You should always like look at your leads, right? You're like, okay, how many people have I done demos with, right? Check those people off. How many people could I still do potential demos with? And then how many recommendations do I have? All right. So that's where you should be looking at right there. That is like your names list. All right. That is what we call your attack list. All right. And then you want to narrow it down, right? Who are my best 20? Then your best 40. Right. And as you guys know, to do 10K in your Fast Start, it's going to take about 40 demos. Right. Just curious. You guys can post it in the chat box or well, Rachel, since your voice isn't working, post it in the chat box. And then Michaela, you could just tell me how many demos have you guys completed so far? Or how many do you think you guys have completed so far? See, I love this. So many, you got to count.
As of today, I have 20, but I have quite a few more up until Monday.
Perfect. So 20 so far. $21 so far. Oh man. You guys are always like so close, right? But you guys see, right? This is a great example, right? You guys have never met each other before, right? You guys live in different areas, all that great stuff. But you guys see how the numbers don't lie, right? 20 demos, you guys are both around like $5,000, right? So this is why I say 40 demos will most likely guarantee that you hit 10K. All right. So that's like the focus right now is like, all right, how can I get to that next level? Now, here's the thing, guys, like 40 demos is what I like. at the latest, right? Like 40, 45 demos, somewhere around there is like the most I've ever seen somebody do demos, right? I love to see that, Rachel. 17 left still in the schedule, and a couple of reschedules not put in yet. So great, right? So honestly, if you did 40 demos, you're probably going to do more than 10K, all right? So I want you guys to shift your thinking away from 10K and like start thinking a little bit bigger towards 15. All right, because if you think 10K, you're barely going to hit 10K, right? But if you think like more, right? Like what is it? What is that analogy, right? Like when you put like a frog in a glass, right? Like frogs can jump crazy high, but when you put them like on a glass, right, they can't get out of the glass. Why is that? It's weird, all right? I don't know if that was the right analogy, but let's continue. All right. So yeah, create your hot list. So I love that you guys already know like how many appointments you have ahead of you, how many more you want to get. All right. The second part of this is you want to create like a goals type page. All right. So we don't have like the blue books anymore, but like, in your email that you send to your customers, you guys can make those a little bit more personal. All right. So what I mean by that is like you could add some pictures into it, right? Maybe like it's a picture of you, or maybe it's like a goal that you have, right? Like I don't know what your guys' goals are yet, but let's just say I'll use example like you want to buy a car, right? Maybe you have like your dream car on there, right? Maybe put like your school's logo on there, right? I want to pay for college, right? So like kind of have like all the goals that you're going to talk about in your demo, have some sort of like picture or something like that in the email, right? And you're like, hey, Mr. Jones, below these are some of my goals that I'm trying to accomplish. Thank you again for taking the time to see me, right? So now your customers get a chance to learn a little bit more about you, and they're already like liking you before the demo has even started, and then they meet you, right? That's even better. So that's like a little tip right there. All right. The third thing is you guys have access to text and reach out to any of my legacy reps. All right. So some people on our current team right now, I would definitely like pick their minds. Is Teresa. She sold 10,000 in her first 10 days. Right. She's very talented. She's very knowledgeable. She crushes it. Micah. Right. He sold 10,000 within like his first 3 weeks on the job. Right. Like slightly over his 10-day fast start period. He was so mad. Right. But I think he did like 8,000 in his fast start, which is still very exciting. Right. And then Hector, who just recently started, right? But he's already over 10,000. He started 3 weeks ago. He's already over 10,000. Right. So those are some people that you could definitely get tips on, right? Like asking them questions like, hey, what would you have done? What's something that you could have done better in your fast start, right? Like questions like that, or what's something that you wish you would have did more of to help you hit 10K sooner, right? Because they all have their little lessons that they learn. All right. So you have tons of people that you guys can get help from in our office. All right. And then some other people you can reach out to is like Andrew Duber. Right. When he was a rep, he sold over $8,000 in his first 10 days as well. Right. AJ, you'll see him chime into the group chat. I think his name is like under Alvaro. But he's a FSM. He's at $300,000 in career sales. Right. He sold 10K multiple times in like a 2-week period. So there's just so many people. Okay. The fourth thing, all right, listen to Vector Connect audios. All right. So this is something that's going to blow your mind a little bit. On your Vector Connect profile, if you haven't already played around on there, if you go to Vector Connect and you go to library, underneath library, you'll see audio library and video library. All right. So basically those are just like little tips, little things that you guys can learn on your own time, right? Because that way you don't have to like wait for me to like do a team meeting or do a coaching session with you guys. You guys can kind of learn on your own time. But here's the big one I want you guys to listen to. Okay. Advanced Training VI. So Advanced Training 6 by Mark Lovis. And if you just search it up like that, like if you just search up Advanced Training VI in the audio library and go to the very last page, it's going to be the last one on there. All right. I don't know why the order is weird, but just search Advanced Training VI, or you can just search up Mark Lovis and then you'll be able to find them. Okay. So, all right. I had to remove somebody. All right. So search advanced training VI, and that's going to be the big one right there. All right. I literally listened to advanced training 6 over and over before each of my demos of the day, or not each of my demos, but like at the beginning of the day before I would do my appointments. What it's going to teach you is how to limit the no cells, right? Like how to almost get rid of your no cells. How exciting would that be, right? Starting to close at like 80, 90% of the time. We have lots of representatives that do that in our office, right? But that's why I learned it. All right. The fifth thing is you got to make sure you create a winning schedule. All right. So you guys have already done a great job of executing the do one, book one. So every time you do a demo, make sure you fill it up with another demo. That's why you guys have the appointments amount, like the appointments ahead of you that you have, right? It's just because you guys have been just executing this. Do a demo, book a demo. Do a demo, book a demo. Now, here's the thing. This is the biggest one, is like fill in your phone times. All right. So in order to hit your goals, you guys are definitely going to need to continue to make phone calls. All right. So I totally get it. I know phones are not the most fun thing to be doing all the time, but it is necessary. All right. It's the most necessary part of the job. So make sure you have your phone times filled in, like, and just stick to those times that you guys are going to do it. All right. You're almost through it. Your fast start's almost over. Just give it your all these last 10 days, and it's going to be worth it. All right. And then make sure you don't miss any events. All right. Try not to miss any events. Now, Rachel, I already know about you. So like, if you like, you're going to be gone, you're going to be on a plane. Right. So like just make sure you give me a heads up if there's like an event that you might have to miss. So that way we can figure out a different option. But here's what I would be doing. We just started our champions clubs. All right. That started this morning. So every morning at 8 a.m., I would definitely try to make it to almost all those throughout your fast start contest. All right, so we're going to have another one tomorrow morning. And here's the thing. I don't care if you're not a morning person right now. All right, like you got to just sacrifice a little bit now so this way we can celebrate later. All right, so like I told you guys in training, like it's going to be the hardest 10 days of your life. All right, it doesn't have to be the hardest 10 days of your life, but you're going to need to push yourself. You're going to need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit, and it'll be worth it. All right, so you want to make sure you guys make that champs club tomorrow. And then just you guys have been doing a great job of calling it. All right. Like I know I didn't answer any of your calls today because I was running training, but I saw my phone blowing up. I was like, Rachel, Michaela. Like I love that. Right. So like keep calling in a lot. Right. You guys notice like my assistant managers are very helpful. They're going to be there for you guys. And if they're not there, I'm there. All right. So this weekend we'll be talking a lot. All right. Now, number 6 is the secret sauce. All right, the secret sauce. So here's the big one. Your if I need it list. Okay, so I want you guys to create this tonight. All right, just kind of like create a section in your notebook for every customer, every single customer, whether they buy or they don't buy. You want to add them onto your if I need it list. These if I need it lists come in so clutch. I've seen people be at like $2,000 away from hitting 10K on Monday night. Then they call through their if I need it list and they hit it at the buzzer. All right. So the if I need it list, whether they buy or they don't buy, you want to just ask your customers at the end of the demo, like, hey, Mrs. Jones, so I'm in this really big contest, like the biggest contest of my life. Right. And I'm super close to hitting my goal. But if I come if I come super close to like hitting my goal and I just need like a couple more orders, is it okay if I call you just to ask? I don't need you to tell me if you're going to buy anything, but is it okay if I just call you just to ask you to get like 1 or 2 more pieces that you didn't get today? All right. And most people are going to be like, yes, you can add me to your list. I'm probably not going to buy anything, but you can definitely call me. All right. And then we call through our if I need it list, right? Monday night, depending on how far away you are from like 10K or 15K, you definitely want to call it like regardless. Right. And then that's like, sometimes that could help you get over your hump. I know that's what happened for Teresa. I think she was at like 8,700, right? Like 2 days before, like the day before. And she started calling her if I need it list. And that's what got her over. Right. Like one of the customers that didn't buy, they're like, hey, you know what? I changed my mind. Like I want to get something. And then she's like, yeah, like she sold a galley set, right? Like on the buzzer to hit it. All right. So just make sure you work all full 10 days. All right. Start learning how to do some package deals. Right. So that's why another reason why I want you to call me. Right. Let's say you're working on like a 3-piece. Right. You drop down to like 3 pieces. You're like, hey, let me call my manager back. Cause maybe if you get these 3 pieces plus something else, I can give you something else for free. Right. Or doing a lot of buy one, get ones. Right. Where you see BOGOs, that stands for buy one, get one. Right. So let's just say you have like 4 knives that you're selling. Right. The customer wants like 2 things for free. You're like, well, Mr. Jones, if you buy this, if you add on a cutting board or if you add on like a peeler, then I can give you those 2 things for free. Right. So now they're just like, hey, if you just add one more piece, I can actually give you one more thing for free off of this list. All right. So, and just call me and I can show you guys how to do that. And then the Monday night phone orders. Now, the 7th thing, this is like the most important thing. Okay, guys, this is committing to the effort, not the number. Okay, so committing to the effort, not the number. So don't worry about trying to sell $10,000. Don't worry about trying to sell $15,000. Don't worry about any of that. I don't even really want you guys thinking about that. I want you guys committed to the effort, right? Working all 10 days, max effort, giving it your all. All right. There's going to be some sort of a miracle factor towards this. Right. Some of you guys are probably like, I don't know how I'm selling so much, but like, I'm going to keep rolling with it. Right. But there's like some sort of like miracle equation. And something I always tell people, the harder I work, the harder you work, the luckier you get. All right. The harder you work, the luckier you get. I'll tell you guys a quick story about like when I was going for my first $10,000 push period. I was nowhere near my goal. It was 2 weeks. I got all the crappy appointments out of the way for sure. Right. I think I was like $4,000 or $5,000 away from my goal. Sunday night, the contest I think ended Monday at midnight. Sunday night, I did an appointment and I worked really hard. Like I was just not having the right luck. And I wanted to give up. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like I wanted to give up. I'm like, you know, I'll try it the next contest period. Like it's not working out. Right. All my appointments canceled on Sunday except for one. Showed up at that one appointment. The lady, this is the lady's brother, right? I showed up. The lady is there that I already sold a signature set to the week before. And she's like, yeah, this is my brother's house. She's like, I loved you so much. I had to come by and make sure my brother bought something. And literally the brother, like, I didn't even start the appointment. The brother was like, what'd she get? Give me the set bigger. And she bought an ultimate set. Right. And then she was like, oh, yeah, by the way, I invited some of my friends over because you just did such a great job. Another friend comes into the house. They're like, oh, like, what should I get? Galley set. Right. Then another friend bought like the flatware chest. Another one bought a bunch of hunting, sporting knives and stuff like that. And I ended up having like a $5,000 or $6,000 day from that one appointment. Right. So, and I couldn't have planned that. That was 100% luck. Right. I was just working hard, doing a great job on all my appointments. And I don't know, the universe or whatever you want to call it just kind of aligned and it worked out. All right. So just remember, like I told you guys in training, like a third of the days are going to be good days. A good day selling Cutco, selling somewhere between like 400 and $1,000. A third of the days are going to be great, where you sell like 2,000, 3,000 more in a day. A third of the days are going to be terrible. All right. Some people have terrible days. Some people don't. I don't know. We don't know. We'll have to see. Right. And what I consider a terrible day is just like where you had like a 0 on the board for the day. Right. Whereas just like nobody bought anything or I got to reschedule or canceled. And then the rest of the days are going to be wild card days. So this is why I always tell people work all 10 days of the fast start contest. Right. The numbers are going to work out. Right. Maybe you got off to a bad start or whatever. Right. Like I think, Michaela, you didn't get off to like the best start right away. Right. But as you kept working, now things are clicking. Right. Things are aligning. So that's why it's so important to get, like, you just never know when your bad days are going to come. All right. And then here's the biggest one right here as well. Communication with significant people. So make sure you're not like surrounding yourself around people that bring you down throughout the remainder of your fast start contest, right? Like if you have someone that's negative, I'm not saying like avoid them, but try to limit your contact with them, right? This is why like I love our group chat, right? That's all positive, just all fire, flames, trains, everything just going on in there, right? Talk to me, call the office, talk to the assistant managers, right? If you feel a little off, just shoot me a call. Like, John, I need like a quick 1 minute. I just feel weird, right? I don't feel myself right now, right? And hopefully I can inspire you and help you like get back to normal or get the energy up. All right, but you want to make sure you have communication with like the people that keep you in a good place, like in a good space, headspace, all that great stuff. All right, and then also with like these significant people, let them know what you're trying to accomplish. All right, so I think this is worth a conversation. I don't know who you guys are the closest with, right? Some of you guys might live with the parents. Does everybody live with the parents? Okay, cool. Like, this is worth a conversation with your parents, so this way they're not wondering like, why are you in your room all day? Right? Like, hey, mom, here's where I'm at right now, and here's where I'm trying to get to. And then I would show them this paper. So this paper that I sent you guys right now, save it. Like, here's everything I can gain right now. I'm halfway there. Is there any way you can help me out? Right? And like, and the ways that they can help you out, they don't need to buy it all. I would joke with them like, mom, can you just buy $5,000 for me? No, I'm just kidding, mom. All right, but here's how you can help me. Right? I need to see more people. All right, I just need to do more demos. I need to come in contact with more people. Can we go through your phone? Can you help me? Can you recommend me? Can you give me a shout out on Facebook? Something like that, right? And create the urgency. Like, I'm in the biggest contest ever, and it ends on Monday at midnight. Don't mention to people like the extra days, right? Try to hit it by Monday, right? And use those extra days as bonus, right? So I do understand we have the extra days, but you want to try to get as much done by Monday, all right? Just because also like the bigger prizes, let's say you do hit 10K early, like the bigger prizes, like the gourmet set, it still works for the extra days. But like if you wanted to hit like the region prize, that has to be done by Monday. Okay. So just assume the fast start ends on Monday. All right. But yeah, like let people know what you're trying to accomplish, right? If you have boyfriend, right, significant other, something like that, or like someone that you're really close with, share it with everybody. The more people you can share your goal with, the more help that you're giving yourself a chance to receive. And also it holds you accountable too, right? Because when you start telling people what you're going to do, now you got to go do it, right? So like with us trying to be the #1 office and trying to win a silver cup this year, I'm telling people, I'm like, yeah, that's our goal. We're going to win a silver cup, right? And it's like now it kind of holds me accountable to work harder. So this way, like, I'm like, well, I got to do what I said I was going to do now. Cool. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. All right. Thank you guys for taking the time to hop on the Zoom so I can kind of break this down. And I don't do this with everybody, right? I only do this with people that I definitely think have a great shot at hitting 10K in their fast start, right? And I want to do it with more people, but I just can't. Like, my time is so limited right now, right? So I want to make sure I get this information out to my best people first. And I appreciate you guys being the leaders of your training group. All right. Now, right there where it says like out of 10, right? Like, I want you guys to kind of like come up with a number for yourself. You don't need to send this to me, but like out of, or you can send, actually, I do want you guys to send this to me. Like, out of 10, how confident do you feel about hitting 10,000 by Monday night? Right? You don't need to send it to me right now. Send it to me individually. Right? And then you guys see right here, it says text me at 9 p.m. to confirm if you're all in. All right. So set an alarm on your phone really quickly right now to text John at 9 p.m. All right. Because here's why I'm having you guys text me at 9 p.m. I know I can get people excited. All right. So I know, like, just like listening to me talk about all this stuff, like in the moment right now, you're like, John, I'm all in. No, I actually want you guys to sit down, like, think about it. Right. Think about all the pros and cons. All right. This is just an invitation. It's not an obligation to do anything. You don't have to do 10K. Right. And also, I want you guys to know, like, I'm proud of you guys already. So I don't care where you guys finish at. Like, I just want you guys to hit your goal and what you're proud of. All right. So think about it tonight. Think about all the pros and cons. Look through this. You're like, do I really want to go for 10K? Do I really want to work that hard? Do I really want to wake up at 8 a.m. tomorrow? Right. And if you guys really want it, right, just text me at 9 p.m. if you're all in. right? And basically, like, if you're all in, these next 5 days or 4 days or however many days we have left, like, I basically have to own you guys. All right, like, we got to talk like every morning and then check out at the end of every day. Just, I want to help you guys stay accountable, hold you accountable, and we're going to do whatever it takes to hit that goal. Okay? Now, if you're not, that's totally fine as well. Okay? So I'm just going to say, all right, cool, no worries. What goal do you want to shoot for? What would be exciting for you? All right, and let's hit that goal. Any questions? All right, cool.
I have a question actually. What exactly is the key staff promotion?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what key staff is, it's like the first level of leadership in the office, right? So like you guys, we have our team, then I have my key staff members. So there's another group chat that I would add you guys into. It's called my key staff group. So that's where they're going to get some extra learning, extra attention, stuff like that. So also we have our South Coast Division key staff meeting. That's ran by Evan Keller every 2 weeks. And that's where like a little bit more advanced type stuff is taught at, right? So like advanced way of selling, right? Or sometimes we'll have like a couple weeks ago, we just talked about money management and how to like grow wealth and like money, right? Sometimes we'll talk about just public speaking and personal growth, different types of stuff like that. So just a little bit more advanced topics and first level leadership. And then from my key staff is where I pick my assistant managers. Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, have a great night. Thanks for hopping on. All right. Think about it. Continue doing what you're doing. I'm really proud of you guys. Great work. And I'll see you guys soon. All right. Rachel, you can just shoot me a call if there was anything that you wanted to tell me. All right. All right, guys. Have a good night. You guys can hop off.